First referee, Dante Malazarte, national referee. Second referee, Eli De Jesus, national referee. Let us now meet the starters. First, for the FEU Lady Tamaraws. Number 2, Laika Ebon. Number 4, Jovelyn Fernandez. Number 6, Van Agudo. Number 8, their team captain, Jel Cayuna. Number 14, Sha Carandang. Number 18, Jeanette Villarreal. And their libero, number 5, Puting Duremdes. Head coach for FEU is George Pasqua. It is now time to meet the starters for the UST Golden Tigresses. Number 4, Caitlin Viray. Number 5, Aimee Hernandez. Number 8, Aya Laure. Number 9, EJ Laure. Number 11, their team captain, Alina Vicar. Number 12, Casey Galdones. And their libero, number 17, Janelle Delerio. Head coach for UST is Emilio Kung Fu Reyes.
We are ready for the second half of our rivalry weekend here at the Mall of Asia Arena in Pasay City. These are the players who will lead the charge for the FEU Lady Tamaraws of head coach George Pasqua. And on the flip side, sila naman po ang mga mangunguna sa kupunan ni Coach Emilio Kung Fu Reyes. How close has this rivalry been in recent memory? Last year, they split the elimination round series. FEU took the first round meeting 3-1. Nakabawi naman ang UST in the second round, sweeping FEU. But I'm sure this is something that you know, Michelle. In a rivalry matchup, the stats are thrown out the window at ang puso ang nangingibabaw sa volleyball court.
And especially with their performance in last season, will sort of give you a preview, but it won't dictate how you will enter, especially in the first round. You have to credit that to so many first game jitters, rookie jitters. So now we just really want to see who plays with their heart, who has prepared in the off-season for this UAAP.
That set was too high for Zarina Carandang as Jel Cayuna tries to captain the ship and lead FEU to even better success in the third year of Coach George Pasqua. Alina Picar now the team captain of UST. So two setter captains from both sides. Quick attack for Hernandez, who had an impressive rookie debut for UST with 18 points. Combination play! Finished off by Caitlin Viray as we go now to Michaela Chavez.
Anton and Michelle going against the FEU Tamaraws. Coach Kung Fu Reyes demanded them to showcase one thing on the floor today, nothing else but their grit. He highlighted on this, saying that they must start on a positive and strong note and also to courageously be FEU Tamaraws, but with just the right amount of confidence, not too much and not too little. In preparation for today, they've largely focused on the team's defensive side, most especially on net defense. Coach Kung Fu made mention that the middle blocker would play an important role today. And to achieve success, they must show traces of good communication. Back to you guys.
And that's impressive, considering the fact that their net defense was pretty solid in the first match against NU. I mean, if you look at the spiking numbers, llamado pa ang UST.
It's never about the stats, but it's also about the touches and how those touches affected the game. So it may not have added 1 point in the scoreboard, but if you stop an open block or stop an open hit, malaking bagay yon for the defense of the team. And right now, as you can see, UST is really stepping up their offense as usual. Anton, back-to-back combination plays coming from the UST Tigresses. And Aimee Hernandez is working overtime to really deviate the blockers from their wing spikers.
Meanwhile, another set too high, tossed up by Cayuna, but luckily for FEU, there was a violation, so the rally will begin with them as we go back to Maris Domingo now from the FEU Set.
Well, Anton and Michelle, even before the official start of the season, our rookie Sheila Kiseo have had her back aching for 2 weeks now. But regardless, she was still one of the starters in the first game. Now, that is the attitude that Coach George Pasqua would like to imbibe on the girls. He said, kaya nga be brave. We should fight not just for our school, but for the team. Puso, they say. Back to you, Anton and Michelle.
Sheila Kiseo averaged 8.8 points per match for FEU in the PVL. And Coach George Pasqua said in one of his interviews that she's got a little of Bernadette Pons in her. So there's definitely potential there for Kiseo, who scored 2 points in her UAAP debut against UE. Meanwhile, a tight start here between FEU and UST.
If it's a testament of the rivalry that we just witnessed from the men's game a while ago, Anton, we are in for another big game, another big rivalry from the same teams, FEU and UST.
That match lasted almost 2 hours and 30 minutes. Ganun katindi yung labanan ng FEU at UST sa men's side. And we want to see that same intensity from the women right now. Picar, Casey Galdones on a running attack. Here's the toss to Aya, changing it up in the air. And Aya Laure showing us the patience and the variety in her game.
UST has been giving FEU a hard time in terms of the offense. Ang daming combination plays na pinakawalan, but Aya Laure, you see her maturity, Anton, inside the court. Hindi lang siya basta-basta nagbibitaw ng mga powerful spikes. Kaya din niya mag-off speed and outsmarting the defense there of Jel Cayuna, the rest of the Lady Tamaraos.
Picar tossing it up. Here's Aya Laure soaring and scoring for UST.
Another combination play there from UST. Hindi nababantayan ng blockers ng FEU dahil Alina Picar has so many options to choose from. And now that Aya Laure is up in front, Anton, kanino ka ba pupunta?
Aya Laure, last year's Rookie of the Year, number 2 in the league, only behind CC Rondina, who I actually saw earlier today. So Miss Volleyball is here in attendance to support the Golden Tigresses. Galdones hitting it from the middle. 3 blockers rising up at the top of the net. The rally continues. Golden Tigresses cooking up a pancake. And it will be a point for UST.
Double contact on FEU.
Double violation contact there from Ivana Agudo. That ball luckily went on the side of FEU. Hindi na timingan ng atake doon.
A solid start for UST. They lead FEU 8-3. Of course, in every brand new season, one of the things that we are most excited to see are the new faces, the rookies. And Aimee Hernandez, we were talking about her during the pregame. She made quite a first impression.
And in that game, she proved how much of a strong defensive player she is. 6 points were from blocking and a total of 18 points in her debut game. I was actually watching out for this particular girl, Anton, because of her performance in the collegiate conference of the PVL. Sabi ko, pagdating ng UAAP, babantayan ko to si Aimee Hernandez. Kasi hindi siya parang rookie maglaro eh. And that's the culture right now in UST, that their rookies are stepping up, they're mature, and andun na kagad yung angas nila pagdating sa court. You don't see fear, you don't see hesitation among the girls, and it starts really with Ea Laure, who is leading their squad right now.
But what about that emphatic kill by Van
serving for
Agudo?
FEU,
Kung
Jeanette
nagpapakita ng
Villarreal.
angas ang UST, syempre hindi magpapatalo ang FEU as they try to fight their way back into this match. Laure though, showing us that familiar power that she possesses.
A more well-timed offense is what we're seeing right now from the UST Lady Tigresses. Nakukuha ni Picar yung timing sa gitna. That's why nadadala yung mga blockers ng FEU, and they're jumping together with the middles. Galdones is doing a great job entering and trying to get those blockers.
Picar goes to the middle to Casey Galdones. Could not hit the volleyball properly. Looking for better timing on a new opportunity. Picar this time chooses to go to EJ. And EJ Laure will score.
Scrambling there, FEU trying to keep that alive, but not enough. Another Laure is up in front.
Coach George calls a timeout.
First, ito ginagawa ng kalaban, no? Pagka chance ball, nag-i-equip sila dos. So tayo sa may antena. Naintindihan? So lagi nyo titignan, susundan nyo lang yung binablock ninyo. Kailangan mag-react kayo doon sa sineset na bola ng kalaban. Naintindihan? Huwag nyo pabayaan yung tao ninyo. Huwag kayong bibitaw sa block. Ngayon, bumitaw sa defense, bumitaw sa block, ready tayo for defense, hindi tayo nakatayo sa likod. Okay, pag nagbalik ka, pumaporsyento sila sa kay Iya, di ba? Kay Iya. Naintindihan ninyo? Then, put yung aggressive.
We mentioned her earlier, Miss Volleyball, Cici Randina, and of course, Rica Rivera. And of course, on the other side, talk about your teammate, Kyle Negrito. Of course, she is in between Jerilyn Malabanan, last year's team captain, and of course, Heather Ginoo, who was solid in her final playing year in the UAAP. Laika Ebon. We're so happy to see her return to the UAAP this year after a stellar start to her career. Unfortunately, she hurt her right knee and was unable to continue in the second round, but it's always nice to see a player overcome injury.
Especially to come back stronger. And look at that FEU Lady Tamaral's play there, coming back by Duremdes' wonderful read from that drop ball. Favorite ko talaga pag nakikita yung pag-dive ni Buding Duremdes, Anton, because she is all over the court, really giving her 100% in every dive, in every defense.
She played 67 sets in 16 matches as a libero for FEU. 2 years ago, may katulong siya. Another teammate of yours, si Kyle Atienza. But last year, solo niya yung libero position, and that's how much she played. Imagine that, 67 sets.
Parang kinuha namin lahat ng FEU players, no? they're all my teammates now.
Substitution for FEU.
It's really looking at
Number 4
the girls that were left
Sheila
behind. And it's
Seoe.
really good to see how they step up despite the loss, despite graduating players. It's always exciting to see how the younger generation or the next batch of rookies will adjust to a new lineup, to a new system, and to a new UAAP season.
Attack error.
And earlier, Maris Domingo was talking about the rookie Sheila Keseo. She has checked into the match. Milena Alessandrini, unfortunately, will have to sit out this season, but still fully supporting her team. 12-8 is our tally in favor of UST.
Now serving Alina Picar.
Alina Picar safely guides that volleyball across the net to the FEU side. Kayuna! And this is no surprise there. We know Kayuna can be converted into a spiker.
She had 9 points in their last
Serving
game
FEU,
versus NU.
Shakaranda.
And when I was watching that game and seeing the stats after Anton, dun ako gulat na gulat. How can a setter have 9 points? She had 5 service aces, 3 attacks, and 1 block.
touch on
And this is
UST.
coming from Jel Cayuna,
Contra FEU.
another added offense in the FEU Lady Tamaraws. Kaya when I look at this team, there's such a well spread out offense. Hindi mo alam kung sino ang babantayan.
The score
Kasi pati yung
10-12.
setter, kailangan mong bantayan.
And yung 9 points na yon was completed in 3 sets. The last time she scored 9 points, which is her career high, was a 5-set win against Ateneo 2 years ago.
Amy Hernandez.
So ganun katindi yung scoring ng setter na si Jel Cayuna, pero ganun din katindi yung running attack ni Amy Hernandez.
Serving for
And it's
UST,
really rare that you have a
Laure.
rookie who has developed a running attack as clean as Amy Hernandez's.
I agree with you, Anton. And she knows where to spike those balls, when to use that powerful hit. And this is just her second game, but we've seen so much from Amy Hernandez already. It really gets everybody excited as to how they can progress in the season of the UAAP.
Cross-court attack by Ea. Running attack by Villarreal. Nothing there. Viray. Sweet spot
Caitlin Viray.
for Caitlin Viray.
We have 2 lefty utility hitters from both sides of the court. We have Caitlin Viray, who just scored on that attempt. And we also have, on the other side, for the FEU Lady Tamaraws, Laika Ebon, who scored 9 points in last game, and 9 points also, Anton Viray, in that last game versus NU.
Jel
We saw the
Cayuna.
parents of the Laure sisters, Eddie and Jovi. It's a big moment for them right now because
Serving
their
for the Lady
daughters are playing.
Tamaraws,
Tomorrow
Jel
their
Cayuna.
son is playing in the juniors finals. Echo Laure. Iba talaga pag it's a sports family. Meanwhile,
In the jeans,
Uh-huh.
Anton.
Cayuna, combination play. Kiseo trying to finish that one off. But Valerio pops it up. Another
Caitlin
kill
Viray.
for Caitlin Viray.
You have Caitlin Viray on the opposite side. You have Ea Laure on the outside. And you have Galdones and Hernandez in the middle. This is
Serving
the
for the Golden
luxury
Tigresses,
that only
Amy
a
Hernandez.
setter such as Alina Becar can have when you're playing for the UST Lady Tigresses. Even if in the back row, pwede mong iba to rin yan, Anton. That's why this is the level of play right now that we have in the UAAP. Kaya naman ang dami talagang natutuwa at na-entertain manood.
Ebon sending it back to the UST side. Bicar goes to Laure.
Ea
Ea Laure. And she puts
Second
UST
technical
on
timeout.
top, 16-11. All right. A little bit of trivia. My partner here, Michelle Gumabao, used to be teammates with Jel Cayuna. So what can you say about your former teammate who's now the captain of FEU?
Jel Cayuna, when I first played with her, I noticed how shy she was, how she's still evolving into the player she is right now. And whenever I see her playing on the court, scoring 9 points and 18 running sets, especially how she evolved from last year to this year of the UAAP, I've seen how she grew, how she matured as a setter, and
The
you
score,
just can't help but be
16-11.
proud. And isa sa mga teammates ko din, Sunny Domingo,
They're all
sa cheer
here.
for FEU. Reunion yata ito ng team namin eh, Anton. Hindi yata ng FEU. Pero pag nakikita ko itong si Jel Cayuna, also Janet Villarreal, you know, I love how they've grown into the players they are right now, because these are the players that you see on screen, ang magmamana ng volleyball when the likes of Michelle Gumaba will go into retirement already. Bata pa.
You're going into something different now. You have many ventures. Meanwhile, venturing at the top of the net,
Caitlin
once
Viray.
again, from her sweet spot, Caitlin Viray.
Substitutions for UST.
Doing
Number 4
damage
out, number
early on
16,
in this
Bashi
match.
Mangulabnan in.
UST is starting
Number
off
11 out,
at the
number
right foot
7, Baby Love
in this
Barbon
season.
in.
It may not show in the standings as of now, but the performance, the level of play that they have. Because if you look at their first game, Anton, automatic iisipin mo, okay, babantayan natin Laure sisters, babantayan natin Amy Hernandez. And here comes Caitlin Viray in their second game, coming off of her 9-point game from their last performance. And now she's one of the top scorers right now from UST. So ngayon, mapapaisip ka kung kakalabanin mo ang UST. Sino nga ba talaga ang babantayan at paghahandaan natin?
Isa sa mga players na dapat din natin bantayan, itong si Maji Mangulabnan, the backup setter of UST. Bihira yung rookie ka. Tapos ang first setter mo, isang veterano katulad ni Alina Bicar, and you play all 5 sets of the match. Finally making her indoor volleyball debut. Aya
It's
Laure
an ace.
scoring on a service ace,
Timeout,
and that is why
FEU.
Coach George Pascua rings the alarm.
Nawawala tayo dun sa sequence eh. What if dito yung bola, sinong kukuha? Di ba meron tayong kukuha dapat dyan? Bakit yung iniiwanan? Di ba may pattern tayong sinusunod? Huwag hindi natin magawa yun. Ano na yung ginawa natin sa training, di ba? Basta kahit ano mangyari girls, stick tayo sa game plan natin. May mga pattern tayong sinusunod. Yun ang gawin natin. Okay? Ngayon, kung hindi natin magawa yan, nandiyan na yung mga errors. Disiplina na lang girls. Disiplina na lang sa game plan. Ha?
Right now, FEU is just committing way too many errors, prompting Coach George Pascua to speak very early in this match with a sense of urgency.
Also very different from how they started off that season with that 3-set win versus UE. Of course, you're starting this game on a high note, on a higher level of confidence coming off that win. So you want to sustain that, especially in the first set of a game versus UST, who is wanting and eager to come back and have their first win in this season.
Bernadette Pons, a
Survey
legend.
for FEU, Laika Ebon.
From player to legend, we seem to have a lot of that. And she led FEU in scoring in all of her 5 years as a Lady Tamaraw. Cayuna tossing it up. Agudo trying to get creative. EJ Laure.
EJ Laure.
Too many missed opportunities there for FEU, and it was a free ball going back to them on that previous
Survey for
play.
UST, Casey
Na iba pa
Londones.
sa side ng UST. Broken play already for EJ Laure.
Iseo delivers that ball towards the way of Laika Ebon. Mangulabnan, back set for EJ Laure. Baby Love Barbon running on that combination play. A home run of a hit
Attack is out.
by Karandang. Goes over the back line. That's a point for UST. It's now a 6-point advantage for the goal for the girls in gold and
Substitution
black.
for FEU.
So far,
14
Anton,
out,
this
number 1
is
then,
what's
Carolina in.
missing from the mix of FEU. It's their attacks coming from the middle. We have Carandang
21
and
serving
Villarreal
15.
who scored 8 points and 11 points respectively in that game in just 3 sets. And as of now, we still haven't seen a clean connection between Jel Cayuna and these two middle spikers.
Well, that was a clean kill by Van Agudo, our Manulife Vision player of the game. What a set to her by Jel Cayuna. As if she has eyes at the back of her head. Running attack for Hernandez.
Catch and throw violation on UST. Point goes FEU.
A lifting violation there called on Mangulabnan. A moment too long on her fingertips. Still warming up in today's game. As you can see that replay.
Mangulabnan tosses it forward to EJ. Barbon
Attack
could
error.
not get it over. The variety and the constant movement of the players of UST makes them fun to watch.
It's only a 3-point
18
advantage
serving
now
21.
from UST. Coach Kung Fu still not putting back his starting stringers and sticking with this rotation.
Mangulabnan to the middle. Timing was off there.
Attack error.
So that's 4 straight points, Michelle, for FEU.
Substitutions for UST. Number 16
Dalawa na
out,
lang
number
ang
4,
lamang.
Caitlin
That was a
Barayin.
set too low for
Number
Amy
7 out,
Hernandez.
number
And
11,
now
team
on
captain,
cue, Coach
Alina
Kung Fu
Bicarin.
bringing back Alina Bicar and also Caitlin Viray. Alina Bicar is still in the front line. May isa pa sana siyang rotation to go to that service area.
Here's the pass. Here's the set. Here's the running attack.
Amy
Amy Hernandez
Hernandez
scores off the block.
Smart move there to go to Amy Hernandez. Pag nagkamali ang isang player, bigyan mo agad kasi sila yung eager, yung gigil na gigil bumawi. And you see that in the running attack of Amy Hernandez. Way to stop that bleeding. Alina Bicar coming in. Kalmado lang talaga sila. No? Kahit 2 points na lang ang lamang, 4 straight points ng FEU, you see the mentality of UST right now, Anton.
Attack
Well, when you
zone.
play at this type of a venue with more than 10,000 people, you have that experience, you have that ability because you've experienced it to just block
On
out
deck to
your
serve,
surroundings and focus on the
Carolino.
game.
And that's what you see with the USC Lady Tigers as maturity. And even though a lot of
Service
them are still not in their senior year, you see it in them, you see it in how they play. Second year, third year, rookie man yan, and the likes of Amy Hernandez. And also on the side of FEU, because a lot of them also are just starting out here and just
Serving for
making a
UST,
name, starting
EJ
out their
Laure.
UAAP career. And everybody is just doing a really great job.
Sharp serve by EJ Laure. Running attack here by Net Villarreal.
Attack is out.
Goes long, just way too many errors, Michelle, for the Lady Tams in this opening set. And we have our first
There
challenge
is
of
a
the
challenge
match.
on the call by FEU.
It's a block
Block
touch
touch.
challenge.
So we will review that previous play. Jel Cayuna set that running attack to Janet Villarreal. The referees first called it out, and Coach George Pascua challenges block touch, if I'm not mistaken. So we will see in that replay.
Ladies and gentlemen, the challenge was unsuccessful. Point remains with UST.
So it was an unsuccessful challenge by FEU.
The Golden
Puts
Tigresses are
UST
now at set
set point.
Serving for the set, EJ Laure.
At the service line, EJ Laure. Another sharp serve. FEU
It's
just
an
got
ace.
aced again. So, the University of Santo Tomas getting back on their feet after that tough 5-set loss against NU to take set number 1 here against their rivals FEU. And that first set was brought to you by Gatorade. You play, we fuel. You're watching Season 82 of the UAAP. We'll be back.